Homesteader family, welcome back to the journey. This homesteader kind of lied. Um, the past week, I was telling you guys the truth. I was working along Purdom Lane, working up the mountainside, and I got a decent way up the mountainside because I'm gonna keep some woods, and then the animals are gonna come up to the house site, so I can have the fence right outside of my windows, but they won't be able to come by the house site. They're just be in front of the house, so I can look out the windows. I'll probably have treats and stuff, a barrel of treats on my porch, so that way I can go out and they'll be right there at the fence, and I can hand treats out to them. But I decided I lied. I talked about how on the New Year's New Goals 2023, excuse me, and a couple of the other videos so far this year, that I was gonna work along Purdom Lane. Purdom Lane was my priority. Well, now that I'm over here, now that I'm feeling better and being able to get some stuff done again, I've leaned towards excitement. So I'm not thinking completely, I'm going off of excitement. And the excitement was being up here at the house site and getting motivated to get over here, get a bunch of work done, and see the possibility of the house going in. So I'm gonna hop here up on my truck. I'll flip the camera around, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there's Chubbers right there. There's the only house that I can see up here. It's on the other side. Stacking my wood up here, so all the smaller trees, I'm cutting the trunks, stacking them. I'll walk over there in a second. But I went ahead and lined these trees with the green ribbon, lined it down there, and so on and so forth. And then I came up here yesterday. You can see this one here. So from here all the way over to that one that's way down, let's see if I can zoom in, all the way down there is over 100 feet. So of course the house isn't going to be 100 feet long, but I am going to have 20-foot culverts on that side and 20-foot culverts on this side. And I'll talk about that when I get into building the house. But what I went ahead and did is I came in here and I clear cut all this yesterday. Minnie Mouse was here yesterday. She's here again today. Brought Mickey in the morning, went home for lunch, then brought Max here in the afternoon. And then Chubbs is down over here walking around now. So my lie is I'm not prioritizing Purdom Lane now. I'm prioritizing up here on the homestead at the house site where I'm going to build. So of course, a lot of these trees out here, they still are going to come down because I want to have a nicer view looking out that way. Now I'll leave bigger trees, but the problem I'm going to have is I'm going to be doing solar. So I've got to figure out where I can put the solar, where I'm not going to have all these trees, because of course when you have all the acreage of hardwood forest, it's nothing but trees around here. So this way is facing south, that's west, that's north that way, and then east to my right. And then I'll come down here, I'll show you what I'm doing. So like I said, this is going to be the house site. This is the driveway that I did a couple years ago when I first came out here in 2020, when I came up here and I showed you guys the stars and stuff like that, and show that you can only see, there's a house way out there. You can't see the house except at night. You can see the lights on. And like I said, you can see this one right here. So you can see it's a big house over there. And then since then, there's another big house way out there that you can see at night. But this is the driveway that you guys saw me work on for 2 years, trying to get a pathway cut through there. You can see the grooves of the tires from all the trips up and down here that I've been doing. And then like I said, these are all the trunks of the small trees. And this goes back to my firewood videos on why I won't buy a log splitter, why I don't split my wood and all that type of stuff, is because look, that's my hand. That's how small they are. They're only about 1.5 inches, you know, they go up in size, but nothing major. Like even this one right here that I can put my hand across, that's probably about 4.5, 5 inches, maybe a little more than that. But cut all that down into log size and just throw them in the stove. I don't need to split anything. So I don't want to take down all these big trees. I'm only taking down the small trees. And since I'm using the small trees or taking the small trees down, I might as well use them. So this is my firewood. I'm just going to keep stacking crisscross, crisscross, so that way it's off the ground. I put big logs down here, and you can see anything that touches the ground grows mushrooms like crazy. So that's a whole bunch of turkey tails and other mushrooms and stuff that grow. So that keeps the wood off the ground. Then I can chop all this up for next year and I have firewood for next winter. Of course, I still have all this that was on the ground. I didn't prepare for that. Most of the logs that I had stacked in between all the trees I've been using. And down over here, so basically this is the driveway that's going to go down and connect to Purdom Lane. And then eventually I'll do another driveway going out that way to Gregory Lane. But to this tree right here, you can see the brush pile stacked. So I will have fencing starting right here, and then it will go out that way and then across the front of the house. So all this area here going all the way down will be animal area. My house, like I said, will sit between these green striped trees. So I have a huge area here. This is like 50 or 60 foot wide, which the house will not be 50, 60 foot wide, nor will it be 100 foot long. But I wanted plenty of space. So, you know, when I get the dozer and I'm working around the house, I can get around the house. I'm not, you know, right up against the trees. Back here, I don't want to cut anything down. I'm going to leave all this small trees and stuff like this because I want this to fill in with leaves and be completely dense where you can't see through. So that way, this is a big windbreak. So everything to this side of the house is a windbreak. Everything to that side of the house is windbreak. And everything up there is going to be a semi-windbreak. I am going to clear some up there. But what I'm doing is this goes down the mountain. Now, I didn't get really, really far. But I was working up the mountain from down on Purdom Lane. And it's going to go down and curve all the way around down to where the driveway ends. And then I'll have the forestry mulcher guys come in, the couple, and have them clip all the stumps up and mulch any of the sticker bushes and everything like that. So this is this area. And like I said, you know, plans change. I mean, look, we're still in January. I just did my video saying I'm going to work along Purdom Lane. That's my goal and everything like that. But when you're a homesteader and you're designing your paradise, you just got to go with your gut. You got to go with your feelings, your excitement, what you really want out of your homestead. So that's why my plans change all the time. And now I'm more motivated to get up here and get the house built because I want to be living here. I don't want to be living over at the restaurant. And then down over here, so this was a road that went through, and you can see here's another green striped tree. But that's the house site there. So of course these are the big trees I haven't touched. And then I'm just going through, clipping up all the small stuff. And then I'll see this summer, once all the leaves fill in, you know, do I have a good area for solar? If not, then I'll have to take more trees down, bigger trees, but I'm trying not to do that. And you can see I've got all this brush, and then I started clearing over here because I do want to see through the property some. So I'm going to get all these branches picked up and stacked over here on the property line. So I'll go over here. And then, like I said, somewhere from the house site up here, I'm going to come down, go down the mountain, and then down to Gregory Lane for my driveway access, so I don't have to go through all the animal pens and everything like that. So here is the property line. Let's see, let me get over here. So you can see the pink tape on the trees there, the small ones going down that way. So what I'm doing is, this is my property line with James and Katrina, and I'm doing the brush pile along the property line. They had it surveyed, so it's an official survey, and they're over here in their school bus. But I'm going to do the brush pile going down here, and then I'm going to run a fence on the inside. So I'm going to lose some land with the brush pile, but that's fine. That will give privacy as vines and everything grow around. It will grow up, be a windbreak, and keep the dogs in and go from there. And then wherever the driveway goes diagonal through, then I'll have another brush pile going down the mountain this side because the animals won't be over here. So that way I can drive from the house, drive all the way down Gregory Lane, don't have to worry about gates or anything like that. I will have a gate up top here somewhere for when the dogs are loose, so the dogs can run around in this area and they have a lot bigger area to run around in. But this is what I'm doing. Like I said, I had planned to do along Purdom Lane, but it's not really my priority right now. As of right now, you know, things could change. I could go back to working on Purdom Lane. I know I need to get Purdom Lane done so that way I can get fencing along there. But for right now, it's just, I'm excited. I really, really want to get over here to the homestead, and having the house right up here and having the fence right in front of the house and having the animals just come up. It really got me thinking that if I do that, I'll have solar, so I'll have power. I'll have internet. I'm actually going to call the internet company probably next couple weeks. I know it's not like I'm moving in right now, but I just want to touch base and find out if it's going to be feasible for them to bring a line out here, since the line is at the front of my property. If they're bring one all the way out here. But I'm thinking I'll try to get a camera, like a computer camera or something like that, and set it up at one of the sets of doors or in the window, and I'll have a bell I can ring for the animals to know it's treat time or whatever, and people can check in on the animals throughout the day if they come up to the house site. And I mean, it's going to be cool to look back out my window and just see the camels walking, or the zorse, or the emus running around, the goats, everything else. So this is my goal. This is my plan right now. This is what we're working on. Minnie Mouse is getting some exercise because she's chubby. Right, Minnie Mouse? Hey, chubby chubsters. Yeah, that's you. Yep. So we're going to get back to work, get things done. It's a beautiful 74 degrees right now. I am sweating. I'm feeling all sticky. So beautiful weather. Next week we drop back down to the 40 for a little bit, but the trees are budding. We have grass coming in. We have ferns unrolling, and spring is around the corner. So gotta get going before these ticks get too bad and before we get up in the 80s and 90s again. So I hope everybody has a great day, great week. You have a wonderful day too. Enjoy, take care, get motivated, do something, and remember, live happy, live free. That's the only way to be. Enjoy.